Talia a lot more into Rise specifically, also good into Vi, but that one won't be locked in immediately. And yeah, it was T1 who specifically played Xayah Rakan in this matchup, which went very well for them.
It did. A lot of things have been going well for T1, in fact, as Namgung is going to hover the Talon like we've seen a lot of players do. The Yorick comes as absolutely zero surprise at all.
Yeah.
And we will expect casting to have a pretty good time in that lane, as the Talia will be the lock-in in response to the Rise, as there is the Xayah that we were talking about. So Xayah Rakan for Ruler and Duro. Xayah is how Ruler won Worlds in 2017, which is kind of crazy that that was 9 years ago. Do like the matchup towards the top side of the map. I feel like Roma got one that's good in the mid lane, and the bottom lane's looking strong. Let's get into it. All right, here we are under the rift for game number 1. Genji taking on the Bros. And it's a trap game, if ever we've seen one. The Bros looking to confirm 6th place, and Genji looking to stay in the running for 2nd, wanting to skip a best of 5. That certainly feels absolutely fantastic if you're able to do so. As Chovy throws out the Capybara, and Roma going to give him a good old thumbs up. Thanks, Team Liquid. As Chovy, I think we'll be all right in this lane. We've seen the Talia picked into the Rise quite a few times, as you do just generally outrange. But Chovy not going to get outranged by the minions, which are his foremost concern. That's this part of the game.
Will he build Rocket Belt 3rd, or will he go the Actualizer? That's my question.
He'll build Rocket Belt 3rd. He has every time.
Yeah.
It's probably not. He will, you know, if given the chance, build an Actualizer after that, though. Is that an okay compromise? No. Consolation? No, it's not all right? Okay. But then how does the Actualizer allow him to dash?
Some champions weren't meant to dash.
Yeah, but all champions can dash.
Yeah. Well, not all champions.
What do you mean? Everyone can build it.
No, I don't approve of it.
I mean, whether or not you approve does not mean Boris will not stock the item.
You should actually stop stocking certain items.
Whoa, Chovy flashes! Looking for the solo kill onto Roma, who is just going to get evicted from the lane. Oh, Ghosts and flashes both used on both sides.
Doesn't die to the Deathfire touch, but it's really close. Chovy getting the pressure down in this mid lane matchup. And if he'd gotten that kill, he definitely would have put it toward Rocket Belt.
It'd be first item this time. He's like, no, I don't need a tier. Who needs to start stacking that up? And in fact, he doesn't need a tier. He is just going to buy some shoes and wander back to lane. Obviously, Rise will stack it very quickly anyway, so doesn't really need to worry. But still, casting up here on this top side, having a good time. As we've seen before, the Yorick feels like a pretty good answer into this. Sante has worked as well. I mean, there's been lots of things. Like you were mentioning before, the Rumble has been somewhat solved.
Yep. Something I'm interested in is this jungle matchup, because I feel like Gideon has really been such a star for HANJIN BRION. Even though Teddy's been getting a lot of the attention with his AD carry play, Gideon has just been an absolute rock in the jungle. And Canyon, I think he still had some, just gets these phenomenal games, but it's been a bit hit or miss at times.
Yep.
In the losses, sometimes a little bit inactive. And I would like to see proactivity in this game. I feel like with things feeling pretty even in terms of where they settled in the draft, being able to impact these lanes could go a long way. Especially considering neither mid has flash now. That seems like an easy place to set up something.
So I was thinking that maybe we'd be playing through Duro, right? And the fact that he can get some engages down, but maybe that's not going to be necessary, as there is the flashless Talia. It could be a bit of a target, as right now Chovy does not see Roma. As Teddy moves in, let's see what can be found here by Duro, as Teddy takes a lot of damage. Ruler as well. They throw down the heals on both sides, and the Bros will be able to walk away with a very even trade. It's actually kind of ridiculous how even it is, even with the 80 carries being the ones taking the damage, etc., etc.
This is one of the things with Rakan, though, and why Rakan can be really frustrating to play against as a double range bot lane, is he just hits his Q, and it's like, well, I mean, he didn't then, but generally, he just hits his Gleaming Quill, and it's like, okay, that trade that we lost, undone. And they didn't even lose that trade. It's such a short cooldown, it heals so much. able to sustain through some of these trickier matchups.
Yep, was able to use it very effectively earlier on in the lane. I think that's why they were able to get what they did manage to do down. But has missed a couple, like you were saying. Still, I mean, I think a Xayah going even in this lane against the Lucian feels pretty fantastic if you are the Xayah.
Oh, you feel great here if you're going even as a Xayah Rakan. The Rakan going to have a ton of value in team fights, and the Xayah can be very self-sufficient into a composition like this. There's not major threats onto her. Also just good at handling. There's a lot of AD carries who aren't good at handling as Xin Zhao, because either you're out of range and you can't do much, or you're in range and that's really scary. But
yeah,
Xayah pretty competent at just shredding him and using the feathers to put his him in some misery. Exhaust also taken by Ruler, which we've seen a lot into the Lucian.
Yeah, it's the classic Lucian answer. We were actually, was it you having the conversation with Brendan, or was it Wolf and Brendan talking about the whole, like, playing cleanse chicken?
Yeah.
Which could have been an option that Teddy could have gone for there, but decided instead that he was just going to take the barrier.
I wonder if it's going to end up happening.
I'm sure it's going to. You know, like, once the meta sinks in. Maybe we'll get a patch too early before things start getting into that weird state of needing to predict what your opponent's going to do.
So, in terms of the game state, there's a little bit of an issue in the mid lane, where Chovy's getting a pretty sizable lead already, just on the back of CS advantages in lane. And if he's getting an advantage in this matchup, and it frees him up to be first mover, then suddenly that's going to bleed out into the rest of the map as well, and be cause for concern, especially as looking top lane, casting with a Maiden, now I should feel much more comfortable in the 1v1, but if a Ryze shows up, that's not so fun.
No. And I'm a little bit worried about the fact that this is the Keen Rumble. He's also decided not to make the go for the money-making choice as far as the runes. He has gone for the I'm going to burn you to death over and over again.
Yeah, I think the money-making's just specifically into these tanks without much pressure, but into a Yorick needs a little bit more firepower.
Yeah, it feels like he's gotten serious in the matchup this time.
On for the early Oblivion Orb as well.
Yep. I feel like he's done this almost every time he's faced a Yorick on the Rumble. And I think has found a fair bit of success for it as well. Goes immediately afterwards into the Leandries from there, and then Riftmaker, etc. Just leaves the Oblivion Orb, and I think having that heal cut certainly working out. Is now Teddy taking a fair bit of damage here as he does get caught up. That's a great grand entrance, and Ruler just going to help Duro lock down first blood in this bottom lane, just in the pure 2v2.
This is beautiful from Gen G's bot lane as well, because Duro with the Spellbook had actually gone towards the Ignite in this situation, and it really allows them just to have so much more strength in that 2v2. In fact, Namgoon didn't even opt to use the heal in this situation. Actually, I think it was down for just a little bit when the play happened. So the timing, perfect, but it reduces the healing from the W.
Oh dear. Oh, the equalizer placement as well is absolutely gorgeous. Nowhere casting can go. And that is a swift 2-0 for Gen G.
Okay, quick pickup from that is we do see the Ryze making the move top to get that kill, so keep getting that in a great spot.
Maybe you shouldn't have manifested that.
Well, I think it might have been inevitable. But yeah, so bot lane, Namgoon didn't have his heal available at that moment, so couldn't have used it. But the Ignite, that extra kill pressure that comes through here, just makes it so much more threatening. Also means you're cutting down the healing. And I know the healing from Milio's W isn't that much of a concern, but they actually find a window when it's not available. The extra Ignite damage coming in clutch there, you saw how close it was.
Yeah, exactly. I actually think having Xayah Rakan specifically was important there, because I think the W running helped the Rakan get the bit of extra damage to lock down the kill. So pretty nicely done there from Gen G towards the bottom side of the map.
Yep, so picking up 2 kills, already an almost 2,000 gold lead. I mean, you have the kill advantage bot, kill advantage top, and then Chovy not only got that assist, but pulling ahead in terms of farm. Herald being secured, 3 grubs. Gen G are in prime position in this game.
They are, and the more prime position they get to, the more likely it is that the bros turn it all around in the mid game. They find themselves an incredible, heroic team fight and look to take them down. What do you think, Ox? It's going to be after casting gets flashed on and dies here in this top lane, by the way. Chovy just leaving, and misses the harpoon. Casting's gonna live. This is where it begins.
That was crazy that he survived that.
2 flashes he ate.
Yeah. And this was definitely Gen G thinking, he's already dead. We don't have to commit too much more there. We don't need to invest extra resources because ultimately Canyon could have just ulted.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Huh. Well, there you go. He decided he wanted to flash instead of ult.
Yeah. I mean, I think
they're just saving the kill.
I think they just front-loaded so much damage. They really just thought, he's so dead. There's no way he escapes. And then he found a way.
Oh, Roma is taking a lot of damage here.
He's also low in the mana department.
Doesn't have any, in fact, as he does pick up a rock.
Level up helps the Lost Chapter there.
Thank goodness. Okay, so he's out of dodge. I'm looking at this bottom lane, though, Ox, and I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable.
A little bit worrisome.
Yeah, as a Bro fan. I feel like Xayah, even though, you know, there are things that you can do in Dilution as the Xayah, just in general, pre-ult and post, she does have tools, but I still think that the aggression of Dilution should still have been able to help just win the lane.
It's just tricky. I feel like if you don't get momentum in a lane like this and get some early trades off, very hard to poke them out compared to most range plus melee supports. And you also have to constantly be respectful of the threat of the feathers into the knockup, which we saw before take down Teddy. I feel like the thing with Lucian lanes is they are hard to play out effectively. It's very easy to flub compared to... There's some lanes where it's like, you just click your buttons and you're going to be fine. And then there's some lanes where it's like you really have to play on the edge to get the value that most teams are looking for.
And the onus really is on you to win more as well as the Lucian. And that puts an added layer of pressure that is difficult to play around. As Trevi now has his Swifties complete and is just running around very, very happily on this Rise Catalyst and the tier on the road to getting those things stacked up.
Why Rise can sometimes just be so obnoxious, because you get to that point where you have so much more health and mana than your opponent.
Yeah.
And can just run up spam abilities and come out ahead.
And you really do run, because now he builds Swifties all the time.
Yeah. They're fishing for casting here, but there's a lot of members of HANJIN BRION moving over to provide some cover.
Oh, Gen G are calling their bluff, though, as they are over here with basically everyone. Teddy's in the bottom lane, but casting, walking on a ward. Canyon engages on top of him. The equalizer comes down, dealing with both sides of the fight, and this time, casting is extraordinarily dead. Like, extremely dead. I think that Valdez would call it Omega dead.
Yeah, I think the decision there from Gen G was target the champion with that flash. So instantly jump on a casting. Don't give a real opportunity for him to make an impact or HANJIN BRION to turn the fight around. Fights in the jungle, in that situation, the enemy jungle, can be very dangerous because... Oh, no.
Yeah, Rumor is going to put the threaded volley the wrong direction. Does land the seismic shove, though.
Nice flick, and you'll be able to walk it off with just a ghost. So good play from Roma. But yeah, those plays in the enemy jungle are very dangerous because the enemy team can retreat to the towers so easily, so quickly, and you can't chase. So making that snappy play and just taking out a target, making sure that HANJIN BRION don't want to continue. Because this was priming to be a big fight, and then Canyon just said, no, we're just going to kill this one target. That will be enough. And the rest of Bro are just kind of limping away like, well, at least it wasn't me.
Yeah, and it also means that this top outer turret will go down as well. That is going to be first turret blood over to Gen G. I wanted to have that perfect game conversation again, but Bro took a Drake. And so that is not going to contribute. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that actually maybe I'm ready to concede. Maybe the Grubs can actually join the perfect game party. I'm going to revive on the hill.
Wow. I know,
I was very stubborn. But at that point,
we're very stubborn.
Yeah, I really needed to have something to talk about that wasn't that series. And so it really was helpful to be stubborn in that moment.
Yes.
This time around, though, not as much of a need because the Bros and Gen G are always entertaining. So maybe we can include the Grubs.
Okay, that's a big step.
Yeah.
It's shown a lot of character growth for you, Max.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I was going for. I was hoping that everyone would see all my cool character growth.
On to our next topic conversation.
Yes.
The plates.
Yeah, no, that's never concluded. I'm dead on the hill again. Unrevive me. I'm dead on the plate hill now. But I don't think anyone was arguing that. That'd be crazy. That's preposterous. It's not even on the scoreboard. which was Wadid's whole argument. All right, we do have the bros now just parking their Lucian in the mid lane. Very happy to do that.
Yeah, HANJIN BRION do have 2 dragons, and it's a Hextech Soul. So I know this is a long shot, because they are in a big deficit right now. 4,000 gold at almost 15 minutes is significant, but if they can just secure the next 2 dragons, it's all you have to focus on. And you take it 1 step at a time. The first step, the next dragon. And then the second step is the following dragon.
Do you know what? I would even argue that they've already done the first 2 steps. They just need to keep walking.
Yeah, actually, you're right. I'm talking about like a new path upward. They're already halfway up.
Yeah.
They're already on the step ladder.
Exactly. GenG have only discovered neutral objectives on the top side of the map. They have got all of those, but that won't get you any dragons.
And Casting doesn't need grubs to kill towers. He will just do that himself. Well, he will need his maiden and the little cats, but...
Yeah. But they're not grubs, so you're right. Doesn't need grubs.
They do have the same health bar as grubs, though.
The ghoulie cats are so weird. They're so weird, man.
How do you feel about...
I want to say that they're cute, but I also am unnerved by them.
How do you feel about all the implementations of cats in League of Legends? Because I think what's crazy is me and you are both big cat lovers.
Yeah.
And you have cat currently. I've had cats in the past.
Yep.
And yet, Yumi's just hard to love.
Oh, no, not a fan.
Yeah.
Although I do have a Yumi plushie. I think that I bought my wife because she's played a bit of Yumi in the past.
But that's what I mean. It's one of these situations where the expectation is people who like cats would like Yumi. Like, logically, that makes sense, but it's just not true.
I have a weird thing, though. I feel like I struggle to like other people's cats as much.
Oh, wow.
You know, unless I get to know them. Like, Wolf's cats, very different. They're all adorable and very funny.
Yeah.
But I feel like you need to get to know a cat before you'll like them. Just a cat by default, not a huge fan. We got a Realm Warp coming on in here as the cat is about to die. Casting going to be taken down.
Oh, they did not like that cat.
Yeah, no, they thought the S was a T, and he was catting too much. So they killed him.
Yeah. Well, HANJIN BRION are going to use this time to get some tower pressure in return. So altogether, not the worst situation if they can get away from the threat right now that Canyon's trying to set up. And with a good culling, they seem to be able to.
Yep, that was not the back massage that Ruler was looking for. And it will be Duro and Ruler moving on back as Canyon gets on in here as well. Nice knock up from Duro just to buy a little bit of extra time.
Got a lot of gold. I think it's altogether not the worst situation for HANJIN BRION.
This is going to add to the worst aspect of it.
Yeah.
With this turret going down. Trophy going to be able to grab that one. But ultimately, everyone's still alive.
Well, Casting did die.
Well, I mean, he's alive again.
Oh, true.
He hasn't revived.
Well, he just have 9 lives, so...
Hey, true.
He's only used 3 of them. So
I haven't seen very many 0-10 Yarks. That being said, I have. Maybe they haven't been using the skin, though.
Yeah, that could be it.
It's normally the pentakill Yarks that tend to go 0-10.
Yeah, the thing about you not being a huge fan of other people's cats, so I've had this issue where in the UK, there's just no rabies at all. So I see a stray cat, and I'm like, come here, little guy.
Oh, no.
There was an outdoor cat who lived near where my apartment was, who was just so adorable. But the problem is you know, I had to be trained out of that when going to a different country.
Yeah. Actually, we had that issue. I remember when we were in Indonesia for Mao's wedding. There were cats everywhere. And you were just very much, I need to pet this cat. And you definitely shouldn't have done that.
How can I help myself?
Yeah, no, but you didn't. You didn't.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, everyone. You didn't go around petting the stray cats. As the pros, they are also not going to do any petting of stray cats.
Oh, burst onto Ruler.
It's a lot.
Okay, this is the big one for HANJIN BRION. They've already got the first 2 steps. They're halfway up the step ladder.
Third step!
If they fall off the step ladder, you know, they might sprain an ankle or something. So definitely want to keep going up towards their goal of the 4th step.
Well, Battle Herald, a possibility here, but Canyon is actually just going to get fire kicked away from it. And then the Herald is going to get thrown around like a ragdoll and may not even get a charge. Yeah, it's not going to get a charge. So a little bit of a waste of time.
It does force HANJIN BRION. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
The good old poke equalizer saying, Gideon, you're not allowed to move over here. And you know what? Gideon says, I don't care. I'm getting in there in any way. As the dragon...
Oh, the steal!
smited by Gideon, gorgeously played. Step number 3 is done, and Canyon throws away his life. They do kill the Melio, but the Bros still with a fighting chance, and Keen says no, not even a little bit, as he roasts 2 of the carries. Ruler comes in to finish off the Yorick, and yeah, Gideon got the smite, but he lost all his friends.
And HANJIN BRION managed to get to that 3rd step, but it looks like they did sprain their ankle anyway when they stepped onto it.
Hey, you're allowed to sprain it afterwards because you got 5 minutes of rehabilitation.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal smite steal by Gideon. Just sliding in, gets the flash smite, and it's a delicate situation because of all the poke that's come down. He's pretty low HP. I wasn't sure if he'd be able to make it in. Finds Jangle, secures it. Just immediately as it goes under 1400 health. And then here, HANJIN BRION are kind of caught in this mindset of, do we fight, do we not fight? They kill the enemy jungler. They're still kind of in that, well, we can fight mindset. And then Keen just flashes on them. Ruler follows, and they get decimated. And I think they should have just left and been happy they made it to the 3rd step.
I would agree. Don't fall off the steps. Maybe they're just very narrow steps.
One of the problems, though, with the... Oh, no. Okay, found him. Never mind. One of the problems, though, with Souls is that those 3 dragons don't do very much if you can't get the 4th. And then now a 6,000 gold deficit.
Nah.
Gideon just has to pull it off. Has to get the steal again.
1, 2, 3. Successful. 6 steps full. Okay? All they need to do is walk up 1 more step.
Just 1 more step.
3 minutes. I'm completely behind you, Bros. I reckon you can probably make that one happen, especially if Gideon's smite button is going to be that effective.
I feel like the gap between the steps is getting larger, though, as they go up the step ladder.
But they're also getting stronger, and so they can jump further up the step ladder. Jump up. No, don't jump up step ladders. That's not a very good idea.
That's not good advice at all. Yeah, I don't condone that.
Yeah, and when we're speaking to thousands of people, we should not say weird stuff like that, and I apologize. I will try to be better in the future. No jumping on step ladders. However, they are, like you say, getting larger. So if this was like a step mill, you know, then maybe like the setting is set to a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Maybe that's a better...
Pretty slow step mill if it's been 20 minutes.
Well,
they've only gone up 3 steps.
Roma is just going to say no to Duro. That was so clean. All right, Chovy going to bring some grubs with him as he looks to leave.
Yeah, they did commit the TP to respond, which isn't optimal. But to be honest, it's 2 minutes until Dragon, and that's the main play point. So I think it shouldn't be too much of a concern. It's not like if you go to a side lane, you're under immediate threat of the Baron being taken. Also, Talia can kind of just go into a side lane and then wall back.
Their arms are just too long. I think that's why it's unsettling.
Yeah.
Wow, Kane really just punched the cat in the head, didn't he?
With a drill.
With a drill, exactly. And the fact that we got the sound effect as well really did make it feel a little bit morbid. That's all right.
I feel like getting punched in the head with a drill would hurt, whether or not it's spinning.
I would agree. I think being punched in the head probably would hurt. I don't think you need the drill. But if you had it would certainly hurt more. As Gideon throws down the Crescent Guard, the Weaver's Wall is going to come through very defensively.
Yeah, I feel like was probably Roma hoping to get that down a little bit earlier to cut them off, and instead just cut his own team off. Gideon now without ult, a little bit precarious.
Yeah, Canyon really wanted to start a fight here as the Equalizer goes down first yet again, just to do a bunch of damage to Gideon yet again. Doesn't do as much this time around, but those Harpoons certainly did. And now GenG just jump on top of the Baron. Let's see whether the Bros can stop this one. Still 1 minute away from step 4. Maybe they can take a little bit of a sidestep to step 4 3/4 and see whether they can stop this one from going down. Smite button had looked pretty good for the Xin Zhao so far, but man, that Rune Prison is also devastating onto casting. Here's Ghoulie Wall, not doing much of anything at all, especially when it's a cat wall anyway. And I think the Yorick is going to have to leave maidenless after that.
Can they still threaten it? Can they still threaten the steal? They're buying time towards that Dragon being up and available, but it's not quite in time for them just to go rush it now. But look, GenG's super slow on the Baron.
Yeah, and Chovy actually took a little bit of a timeout to head towards that top lane. 25 seconds on the Dragon. It's Hextech's sole point.
The 4th step is looming.
And I think this might be an easier step than step 3. And sometimes that does happen, you know?
Yeah, the deceptive. I mean, sometimes when it's a shorter step, it can throw you off. But we'll see. Right now, they're in position to start this up. Canyon is over the wall if he wants to steal. I feel like Gen G really want to fight, win the fight, and then have the Dragon be the focus point rather than risk a flip that could give them the soul.
Well, the Bros in pretty good position right now as they have started this one off. Hex Gates are going to allow Chovy to make his way over here. Romer and Casting just in this tri-brush as Gideon gets exhausted, knocked up, but Duro's just going to be thrown around like a ragdoll. There is the cease and desist as Gideon goes down. No smite, no chance of locking down the soul. And now the Bros just want to leave, and Ruler just doesn't want to let them. The exhaust comes down. The Feather Storm is gorgeous as somehow Duro mops two of them up with a quickness. What the heck was that? That is an ace, bro, and the fourth step, a little bit of a doozy.
Yep. It threw them off, and with a sprained ankle, HANJIN BRION fall to the floor. Gen G, knowing exactly what they need to do. They don't let it become a smite fight. They don't risk HANJIN BRION getting the soul. Start with the engage onto Gideon, and he's just focused down, can't really get any value from his ultimate. And then this chase here, Ruler flashing over the wall with exhaust. Going for this aggressive play, landing all these feathers to get the roots as Keen just barbecues them.
My lord, that Featherstorm placement was so satisfying. Yeah, calling out the play there as well. Yep, Lucian no flash. Boing, boing, boing. That is a pretty comfortable one team fight there as Gen G then look for the Baron.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it, Max.
Please.
I think Ruler's pretty good as Zaya.
Wow. Who would have thought?
I know that's a new bold take, but I'm ready to put it out there.
And I just want to say, for everyone who is mentioning it, which I imagine is probably 0 people, but Duro doesn't even have an Ardent Sensor, so you can't even say that it was the item that won Worlds for him last time.
There you go.
See? Beautifully done. And actually, just the play there was gorgeous. He's now 3.6 thousand gold ahead. And the Bros, I mean, you can try step 4 again. Unfortunately, I don't know whether it's going to be available as it is limited. You do need to have a Nexus in order to make that one happen. As Chovy's going to come on over and join the rest of his team as they break open the base here in the mid lane. Casting is trading cross map, but in a turret for Nexus is not exactly a great trade, as now Gideon does have the Crescent Guard. That is going to keep him relatively safe as Canyon goes in. I'm not entirely sure about that one, but the Equalizer placement is once again fantastic. When they don't have a lot of AoE CC, Keen is getting a lot of damage down with that ability.
I feel like he's just done like 1 million damage. Just came on the back of these Equalizers. Every fight, he just throws it down and burns HANJIN BRION up with the Deathfire Touch as well.
It is doing a lot of work. Nexus turret number 1 is going to go down as Duro is going to get thrown around. The fire kick just had anti-synergy.
It looked so funny, him getting bounced back and forth.
Like have a little bit of a dodge 'em cars experience there momentarily and then leaves. Keen down towards his bottom side. 309 on the Rumble.
Uni's going to be happy because he went...
wow, yeah, everything that he bought. This is a 5 out of 5 Rumble. It's got to be a 5 out of 5 Rumble, right?
We'll see. Only he can put it into existence. But yeah, he will have...
Maybe the arm guard makes him sad. He's like, you're winning by this much, just build a death cap, idiot. Maybe that's what he's going to say.
Yeah, perhaps.
But without the idiot part.
That'd be pretty rude. I don't think he needs that rude.
No, he's not.
To our pro players. To us, of course. He is always that.
No, that's off camera. Orcs can't give away
like sorry, yeah. Well, to be fair, he's not that rude compared to some other people who've had in the LCK, like that Malhouse guy.
Oh, don't say his name.
Yeah.
Too scary. He's too intimidating.
Speak him into existence.
Yeah. I haven't said my quotient of nice things about him recently as well. So
he's gonna be angry about that.
I'm very worried at this point that maybe I'm going to get punished. It's okay. The Bros now trying to protect their last remaining inhibitor turret. And Gen G want to deny it. 20 seconds left on the Baron.
Ian's going to... I can just tell. It's coming.
Yep, there it is.
There we go.
On to 4 people as well, no less, as they are taken down to 50%. Gideon, the only one not affected, but the rest of his friends just ran away. Honestly, like, I don't think people really give enough credit to Equalizers that go down with 0 setup CC. Like, it's crazy how effective that is. The flash in from Ruler almost kills Teddy. The Nexus is soon to be exposed, but they want to grab these kills before it happens. Ruler tries to go up into the sky. Canyon is on the bed. In fact, everyone is. The Realm Warp Minions are everywhere, and the Nexus turrets are now taken down. GENG having a little bit of a fun time at the end of that game as they move to a 16,000 gold lead and close out game number 1.